Hey, I have an announcement. Everybody look at the clock. It's 10 o'clock. That clock's wrong, but it's 10 o'clock. At this time, starting on May 24th, this is when our service will begin. All right? So starting May 24th, we will be moving our service to start at 10 o'clock in the morning, okay? So those of you who come about 9:30, what I just said is our service is beginning at 9:30. Good? All right, let's go ahead and have the music team come on up.
Okay, first thing I want to say is as of Wednesday, we're celebrating our 36th anniversary. Thank you. It was May 12th, 1973, and on our first anniversary, we had I think he was a month and a half year old baby on our first anniversary, so we didn't waste any time. Found out I was pregnant about a month and a half after we were married. So there's a whole lot to say about 36 years of motherhood. And I'm going to try and cram it into 10 minutes, so let's see how I do with that. Many of you women are on the wall, so to speak, as Dave's going to talk about and has been talking about. You are building. Some of you are at ground level, and some of you are halfway up, and some of you are almost at the top. And so I wanted to offer a little hope and encouragement to you as you go about it. First of all, for those who don't know us real well, and I don't have any pictures, I wasn't organized enough to get that done, but we have 7 children, 5 of whom are in the area, 1 of whom is visiting me this morning from Denver, and 1 in LA. So and they're all grown up right now, almost. Well, yeah, I guess I have to call Anna grown up. I hate to do it, but, she's 19, right? I get that right? Okay. Our first goal as a family has been to honor the Lord. We've always put that first. I wanted to read a verse that's our life verse, our family's life verse. I'm just going to read part of it. It's the whole of Psalm 67, but verse 1 says, "May God be gracious and bless us and make his face shine upon us, that your ways may be known on the earth, your salvation among all nations." And verse 5 says, "May the peoples praise you, O God, may all the peoples praise you. Then the land will yield its harvest, and God, our God, will bless us. God will bless us, and all the ends of the earth will fear him." So what we saw with that is if we put God first, God's going to bless us. If we put him first in our life, then he will shower blessings on us. What that doesn't mean is going and becoming a pastor or becoming a missionary necessarily. What that does mean is that your kids see you reading the Bible. They know that you're in the Word. They see you praying. They hear about answers to your prayers. They see you loving fellowship, not just going to church because you have to, but loving to go to church, loving fellowship. They also see you loving people, having people into your home, loving on people, telling them the good news. That's how you put Christ first, and your kids see that and they respect you for it. But if you ignore the other side of it and you're not a good parent, sometimes that can work back on you where your kids will resent the Lord. And so it's really important to learn how to be a good parent. And Andy and I went to every conference that we could find. We read books. We studied it from the beginning till our kids were, I think we finally quit going to parenting conferences, but we might go back to some more again. But I mean, we've always gone to parenting conferences because we figure we can always learn more. And so I'd encourage you to do that with your, just to study parenting, learn how. Andy and I had a lot of fun raising our kids. We really enjoyed raising kids. It was fun to watch them develop. We absolutely adore babies, which is probably why we had so many. But and then we just enjoyed watching their personalities develop and their sense of humor develop. It was just fun. We even enjoyed our teenagers. And the key to enjoying teenagers is to really develop your sense of humor. you know, if you really develop it. And you got to be able to laugh at things that you would normally think were gross, but you know, then you can enjoy teenagers. Like most parents, we were not perfect. Our kids will attest to that. There were some days when I yelled at them too much. There was days when, well, we never did get the family devotional thing. We never could get consistent on that one. There was days when we ignored things we shouldn't have ignored. There was days when we were grumpy. You know, all those things were true in our life. But we did some things right, and I think they were important things. Our kids were not perfect either, believe it or not. I'll tell you a couple things that happened. One of my kids was very impulsive, hit other kids frequently. When he was in the nursery, I would cringe whenever I heard crying. I knew he'd done it, you know. And he usually had. He liked to break things. He liked to torture small animals. He really had me worried for a while. Then there was several that dated non-Christians. That terrified me. There was the night when the mother of the boy my son was spending the night with called me up and said, "Could I speak to my son?" And I said, "I thought they were over there." And she said, "I thought they were over there," and that was not good. One of my favorites was the day the police came to my house with my 10-year-old son in tow. He had been putting black cats in mailboxes.